Hey, so I just wanted to go over the 5 most commonly used cutting implements for me. Um, this one is going to be the least common. I would say the absolute most common is the razor, maybe the nippers. Um, so I'm going to tell you kind of how I use each of them and why. This has a very specific use, so it's important to have. But again, you're not going to use it a lot. This is when you're cutting. I don't have anything on hand. When you're cutting away an applique, this is not exactly how you would use this, but see how this little paddle goes behind it? It's going to keep this other fabric from slipping in and accidentally getting cut. Now, ultimately, you're responsible. You are going to have to be making sure that fabric doesn't get back there, but it can really be helpful for that it doesn't accidentally pick up some extra stuff. So this is, I'm going to use this mostly for cutting out lace, like a little more detailed kind of thing. Very, very sharp, very detailed. These are a little stronger. I have some others that are similar to this, but the blade is a little thinner on them. And the thinner the blade, the weaker the scissors are going to be. You don't want them to like kind of gap open when you go to cut through, say, some corded lace. That can get a little intense sometimes. So I like to use stronger scissors of the little ones. Here's the dressmaker shears. I usually use like a 9-10 inch, something like that. These are a 10, if you can see that on there. These are Mundials. I love Mundials. I have some like prettier Mundials here that I love. I love the sound of them, guys. Listen. Can you hear that? Beautiful, beautiful sound, okay? Now on this one you can kind of hear the grooves. The reason why I showed you these as opposed to these is because, a lot of times in life you've got the issue of performance versus beauty. These are a beauty to sew with. You can see they also have a different nut on them. See how this one is like low profile? Can you see that? And this one's a little wider, so this one might catch your fabric a little bit. They're both bent, so you can kind of cut along the table. But your blade can be straight, but there's room, for your hand to be moving and grooving. The reason why I chose these is because these are a little stronger for a commercial environment. So if I were to, let's say this were to take a pretty short drop, like 3 feet, yeah, we shouldn't drop our shears, but it happens. If we drop it, these are pretty much going to be ruined. It's gonna bend what we call the twist. And when you go to close it, it's gonna strike, and no amount of sharpening can fix that. These are like forged. You can't just get that twist out of there. So anyways, many of these beautiful ones have met their demise in my shop. Much less frequently have these had to be dismissed due to my dropping them or them being kind of treated roughly around here. So that's why I chose those. Nippers all day long. Oh my goodness, all day long do I use these. My favorite ones are by Wiss. See if I can get that where you can see Wiss. There you go. Wiss nippers, super snappy, super fast. If you need to hook them onto you can get like a little retractable thing and clip them to your sewing apron. I do that all the time. I've got a little crossbody sewing bag that I have nippers hooked to. And then most importantly, when I'm trying to separate a seam, I use this thing all day. The razor is so specific. You're just going to love it. It's super fast. It's better than a seam ripper. Very, very accurate. I hope that helps. Have a good one.